Man, we Cleveland. We ain't about to have y'all looking at us like y'all looking at Bill O'Brien in Houston or like y'all looked at the Giants when they traded Odell Beckham Jr. to us. We got too much going on. Everybody stay away from us. We ain't trading Odell Beckham Jr. And if we were, we've learned in this organization to stay tight-lipped. All right? So that's basically what DePodesta is saying, and I agree with him. Don't say anything, but we keeping one of the best players in the league. Y'all must have forgot Odell Beckham Jr., one of the better receivers in the league. But I ain't about to be Bill O'Brien, and I damn sure ain't about to be the New York Giants. We're going to ball out this year.
Let me bring in Dan and Mr. T on this. Dan Orlovsky, because so let's just say the Browns have put that away. They're not going to trade Odell Beckham. Fair. Next. Should they be considering it, Dan? Should they be entertaining offers for Odell, and if there are good ones, make a deal?
Yeah, they should be, Greeny. Let's look at the two trades that have happened at wide receiver outside of the DeAndre Hopkins ones, because we all disagree with that one. But Stephon Diggs got a first-round pick in return for him, and then Brandon Cooks got a second-round pick in return for him. So I'm looking at this going, okay, some good receivers are commanding some good picks. I think we need to change the lens in which we view Odell Beckham, because I was on board with the trade from New York to Cleveland last year. But we need to change the way we look at him. We can't look at Odell anymore in the 2014, 2015, 2016 lens. When Marcus was right, he was the best receiver in football at that time, if not the second best. He was elite in everything. But the reality is, his last 2 years, Greeny, let's take the name away from this. Let's take the Odell Beckham name away from this, and let me give you a hypothetical where I go to the Cleveland Browns and I go, hey, you're going to trade a receiver who in the last 2 years has not been top 15 in yards. He has not been top 20 in catches. He has not been top 20 in top 30 in touchdowns. So we're going to trade that player away, and you're going to get an early second-round pick. The Browns should say yes to that. And that's, listen, Odell has been a good receiver, but he has not been the best or one of the best receivers in the NFL over the last 3 years. Now, 3 years ago he's hurt, but over the last 3 years. So we have to look at him in the lens of what he's done lately in the NFL. And if I'm the Browns, a team that's going to play with more fullback on the field and more two tight ends on the field, and you tell me I can get an early second-round pick or a late first-round pick for a player who hasn't been top 15, 20, or 30 in those statistical categories, I would make that trade.
All right, Tannenbaum, you're the judge this time. Marcus says keep him. Dan says trade him. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with Dan on this, but really for different reasons. This is all about we have to make Baker Mayfield successful. He's height deficient. He's speed deficient. They were 20th in the NFL last year in terms of giving up sacks. I don't care if they have the U.S. Olympic track team on the perimeter. If they don't have a firm pocket where Baker Mayfield could step up into it, much the way Drew Brees has had such success in New Orleans, nothing else matters. And when you look at what he actually did last year, Odell Beckham had only 4 touchdown passes, 74 receptions, as Dan alluded to. So I love what Cleveland's done so far. I don't like it. I love it. They've added Jack Conklin, Austin Hooper. Everything in that organization has to be through the lens of what makes Baker Mayfield successful and firming up that offensive line, getting a tight end. And if Odell Beckham can bring in more assets that could turn into more offensive linemen, I am all for it because their success goes right through Baker Mayfield.
Here's what I will say. I agree with Marcus, but my new favorite expression is height deficient. That is the nicest way I've ever heard a person described for being too short. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.